Star News.
25 EU countries support the idea of opening negotiations with Albania as of the summer of 2019, with only France, the Netherlands and Denmark wanting to push this process, as Germany confirms support for both Albania and Macedonia. The Durrës prosecution continues to investigate persons believed to be involved in the transport of €3.4 million via the port of Durrës, though at this stage all four are denying any knowledge of the existence of the cash. Starting from the 1st of July, pensions will be adjusted for inflation at a rate of 2.8%, providing an average increase of 354 lakh per month to the around 665,000 pensioners who are beneficiaries. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Tuesday the 26th of June 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country, translated into English. France, the Netherlands and Denmark want to delay the process of opening negotiations with Albania, while the other 25 EU countries are all for the opening of talks as of summer 2019. The news was forwarded by the Foreign Minister of Greece, Nikos Kotzias, who, after meeting with his counterparts in Luxembourg, said failure to open negotiations in a timely manner could put the stability and security of Southeast Europe at risk. I think there are two groups of countries. One of them is the majority, made up of 25 countries, supporting the idea of opening negotiations in the summer of 2019. The other is the three remaining countries, Denmark, the Netherlands and Germany, who want to postpone the whole process. However, to delay this European process further means putting into question the stability and security of southeastern Europe. This issue should be very important for the whole of the EU. I know there are many countries that are afraid of populism, but you cannot fight populism by taking steps backwards, declared Nikos Kotzias. During his statement, Kotzias wrongly stated that it was Germany who was not willing to give the green light on negotiations, though he later corrected himself after a conversation with his advisor. It was actually France that he intended to mention in his speech. The three countries that are opposed to the opening of negotiations are France, the Netherlands and Denmark, confirmed Nikos Kotzias. The support from Germany had already been announced by the German State Minister for Europe, Michael Roth, who said that Berlin would give the green light and encouraged France and the Netherlands to provide consensus. I support the efforts that both countries have undertaken to strengthen the rule of law and judicial independence, as well as in the fight against corruption. Germany and the German government are ready to support Albania and the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia on their way to the EU. We are ready to give the green light, and I would like to encourage our friends to join us. For this, we, as Germany, in the Council meeting, will vote on the proposal of the European Commission, and I would call on colleagues from the Netherlands and France to do the same, thus acknowledging the fact that an essential consensus lies ahead of us, said Michael Roth. Despite scepticism, critical countries have been open to finding consensus on the issues of Albania and Macedonia's integration. The four arrested over the amount of €3,470,000 seized at noon on Sunday at the port of Durrës are expected to arrive at the district court to be assessed, with significant security measures in place. Then the issue is expected to pass to the prosecution of serious crimes, as the police investigations have gained enough evidence to determine that it originates from a structured criminal group, meaning that further investigations fall under the jurisdiction of the Serious Crimes Unit. Meanwhile, investigations are ongoing for the identification of other persons involved in this event. Sources say that until now, the suspicion remains that the arrested persons and the two Vladi cousins that have been declared wanted are only the carriers, while others are suspected of being responsible for the shipment of the money. It has been learned that almost the full value of the seized currency was sent to be kept at the Bank of Albania on behalf of the General Prosecution, with some of the banknotes given to experts to identify any fingerprints. Also, the police radio and the weapon found in the 61-year-old driver's house were also sent for expert analysis. Until now, it is said that the detained have maintained an attitude of denial, refuting any awareness of the amount of cash being stored in the two vehicles. Alban Molla Umri claimed to have been contacted by Alfred Vladi to buy some vehicles for his company, which investigations determined had been opened in May of this year. Investigations are also focused on the two people who have been declared as wanted. Sources from the investigative group claim to have started verifications related to their activity, while it is suspected that they left Albania immediately after hearing that they had been detected. In addition to the inquiries into the cache itself, further investigations have been launched to understand how confidential information has been leaked. This part of the investigation has been initiated by the Internal Control Service. Although it will extend to the entire circle of persons who had information prior to the seizure, it has been learned that the administrators will focus especially on 2 individuals who are members of the State Police. Socialist Party Parliamentary Group Chair Talon Bala talked about the surprises he intends to announce during Thursday's parliamentary session, which, according to him, confirm a link between Lulzim Basha and some of the accused in relation to the sum of euros seized at the port of Durrës on Sunday. In his first reaction for the media, Bala said that he would wait until Thursday to publicise the evidence of Basha's ties, while inviting the DP leader to do the same with the evidence claimed against him. I started to do some verifications, and I am telling Basha that, at the end of the day, it is he who has links with people involved in this issue. I guarantee that I have found some connection with this criminal group. I expect today to disprove the links that Lulzim Basha says that I have with these people, and meanwhile, in Thursday's plenary session, I will announce the surprises that I have uncovered. I will not let it go, but I will return it to exemplary teaching, said Talon Bala. In a challenge to those who accused him, Talon Bala said that if they were able to find a single link between him and the individuals arrested over the euro seizure, he will agree to hold a public trial at Skanderberg Square. With the responsibility of any representative of the people, I say to all those who have entrusted me with this mandate that this charge does not stand in any degree of accuracy. This accusation was extracted from the minister's mouth at an irresponsible moment at a session where we all laughed at Basha when he said he had done his best to help Albania open the negotiations, yet continued his irresponsible behaviour even yesterday and will continue in the future. This irresponsible person at one point jeopardised the pursuit of a police action. I can unequivocally guarantee with penal responsibility that I, Talon Bala, have no connection with any of these people, and I guarantee you with any of these individuals. I am ready to hold my trial at Skanderberg Square should even a small connection be uncovered, added Talon Bala. Meanwhile, in reference to Basha's statement in Parliament last Thursday, Bala called it irresponsible and jeopardising to the success of the police operation. Regarding EU negotiations, Bala said that he expects a positive decision from the European Union countries. Starting from July 1st, pensioners will benefit from an inflation adjustment to the retirement pension at a rate of 2.8%. That means that for a person who receives an average pension, his account will receive an additional amount of approximately 364 lek. The minimum index pension increases to 13,378 lek per month, and the maximum will reach 26,756 lek, with village pensions rising to 91,601 lek. Director of the Social Insurance Institute, Astrid Hardor, says the number of beneficiaries for the pension sits at 665,000. The available funding is 1.55 billion lek for the year ending in December. However, this amount is expected to double in the coming year. The measures to adjust the pension to accommodate for inflation was approved by the Council of Ministers, with calculations taking into account the cost of basic necessities as required by a pensioner. Minister of Infrastructure and Energy, Damian Jignouri, is visiting the United States, invited by US Secretary of State Michael Pompeo and US Secretary of Energy Rick Perry, in order to attend the World Gas Conference held in Washington. In the framework of this visit, Minister Jignouri was received by the Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for Energy at the US Department of State, Sandra Aldkirk. The meeting discussed bilateral cooperation in the field of energy, as well as the energy security of Albania and the region. Special attention was paid to the performance of the Southern Gas Corridor project, focusing on the Trans-Adriatic pipeline. The senior US official praised the government's work on managing this important mega project for Europe's energy security, which is also of strategic importance to the United States. According to her, Albania showed that we were able to manage serious foreign investments, and she considers this a success story. In a post made to the social network Twitter after the meeting, Aldkirk underscores that she thanked Minister Jignouri for the strong support that Albania has given to the TAP pipeline project, which she declared is an important project for diversifying South European gas supply. It is expected that a team of experts will come to Albania to further support this reform. Mrs. Oudkirk once again stressed the support of the US administration for reforms and the steps taken by Albania to make the country a pillar of stability in the region and a valuable ally of the United States of America. Minister Jiknuri continues with meetings in the US Capitol with senior Trump administration representatives and global energy companies. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.